So the directors of Back in Action Physiotherapy have made this video to teach pelvic and spinal movement fundamentals. Consistently among back and hip pain patients are dysfunctions in muscle synergies and movement biomechanics, which often lead to hip and back pain or result in slower recovery from acute injuries to these areas. The goal of this video is to teach awareness of the power or protective position, which essentially is accessing the posterior chain, including the lower back muscles, glutes, and hamstrings, and alternatively, to identify the weak or the unprotected position of the spine and pelvis. And this will all effectively help and reduce the incidence of pain in these areas. Okay, so to start off with, we're going to go in the fundamental position, which essentially is the athlete-ready position. So that's lean a little bit forward, knees slightly bent, but straighten your knees just to get enough tension in your hamstrings and your glutes. And it's critical that you get in this power position. Now, how we know you're in the power position is when, drop your head just a little bit, there's 3 points of contact at the head, the middle back, and the pelvis. You should be able to fit your hand just halfway through the lower back. If you're in the weak position, flatten your back, take your hand away. When there's no curve there, that's the weak position. So back into the power position, great. Now we're going to do hands on knees. We're going to do 10 pelvic tilts or 10 movements from power position to weak position, power position to weak position. You'll probably be a little bit shaky while you're working these important little stabilizers. Again, make sure that weight's on the heels and there's tension through the hamstrings. And if you find this easy, you can lift your hands off the knees and make it a little bit more challenging. 2 more. And stop. Good. In the reverse Superman, turn your thumbs the other way, as high up as you can get. Perfect. Yep. Hold that position, make sure you're in good form. Great, into the half Superman. Try and get your arms as high as you can so they're outside your periphery. And then reach as far forward into the full Superman as you can. And do 10 half Superman. So that's 2, 3, keep going. Should be feeling fatigue happen in your lower back and in your glutes. And keep that tension on your hamstrings. That weight through the heels. Keep those arms as high as you possibly can. Great, and arms back into the fundamental position. You're going to do 10 hip hinges. Yeah. Try and get as horizontal as you can and just come up 45 degrees. Yeah, don't come up quite as high, and no moving through your knees. Keep that tension on your hamstrings. Good, and reach as far out as forward as you can. Keep your thumbs up. Lean that chest forward, straighten those knees. Get that hamstring tension on. Perfect. Keep holding, and then turn your thumbs down. Keep holding. Good, you should be getting very tired, and great. Movement is the reverse warrior. So take a step forward with your left foot and your back leg, square it. Take a wider stance if you can. Great. Hand up, reach up as high as you can, and then with your back arm, reach as far down your leg as you can. This is a stretch for your obliques and torso at the front leg. Hold that position. We're going to hold for 10. Reach as far as you can over. You should feel yourself drifting down your leg. Idea here should be to get down to about mid-calf. Keep those legs nice and straight if you can. Great, and then into the lunge warrior. So widen your stance a little bit more. Slide your back foot back. A little bit farther, B. Excellent. Make sure that you scoop this hip under. Good. You should be feeling this stretch through the adductors. And now you're going to do mini lunges. Maintain that stretch through your pelvis and groin area. You should be feeling this front leg glute. Good, and then you're going to go into a warrior lunge. Great, so lean forward into the warrior lunge position. Bring your arms down, come up a little higher. Chest over and eyes over toes. Perfect. A little bit more forward. Excellent. Hold that position. Now into the reverse Superman. Yep. Scoop that hip under, T. Under a little bit more. Good. Excellent. Into the half Superman. Good. Keep that tucked under that hip. Good. And then 10 Supermans. 1, 2. Keep those eyes over your front toes. Got to be leaning forward for this. That's it, T. You a little bit more B. Perfect. Good. Should be getting tired in that front leg glute. Good. Now hold full Superman. Turn your thumbs down. Hold the position. Should be getting very tired now, but keep it going. You're doing well. Turn your thumbs up. Good. And back in the lunge fundamental. Bring your arms back. And now do 10 hinges. Keep that head over the toes. Yeah. Keep that hip scoop under. Great, and then stand up on your left leg. Arms overhead. Back up, T, yeah. Lift your right knee up to 90 degrees. Arms overhead as high as you can. And do 10 front kicks. Good, keep those arms up. Keep those knees high. Good work, guys. And then from here, we're gonna go into the Super Warrior, which is, yep, hinge forward, keep that power position in your back, into reverse Superman, and then into the half Superman. Good, and then full Supermans. Do 10 full Supermans. Keep those arms as high as you can. It's okay to touch down a foot and get your balance again, because that leg, front leg, will get pretty tired. Do your best to keep that hip scooped under and in power position. Good. And from here, step back and reach over into reaching warrior. Lean back as far as you can. If you feel any discomfort in your lower back, just draw your ribs and your belly button together and it will protect the lower back. If you want to increase the stretch, which you've both done, drop your heel, but try and keep your feet perfectly in line with your front foot. So turn them so they're pointing straight forward, straight forward. Good, and do the reverse warrior. So take a step forward with your right leg, square your back leg, reach your back arm down your leg as far as you can. Should be feeling a stretch through your obliques and your torso here. Should be sliding down your leg. Good, and from here into lunge warrior. So widen your stance a little bit more so that knee doesn't go over your front heel. It stays behind your front heel. Good, just make sure you scoop that hip under and push that knee out. Great, and now 10 lunges. You should be feeling this glute muscle work. Go as deep as you can go without losing form. You should be feeling a stretch through the groin, and you should feel that glute getting tired. Great, into the lunge fundamental. So turn your back foot. Make sure your eyes are over your front toes. So eyes over front toes, keep going. Stay in that power position. Yeah, eyes over front toes. Perfect, scoop that hip under. Good, into the reverse Superman. Thumbs up, good, keep that hip scooped under. Great. Into the half Superman. And 10 Supermans. Should be feeling this through your glute, through your lower back, a little bit through your back leg. Good, and hold that full Superman. Turn your thumbs down. Hold that position. Keep your hips in a good position. Great, turn your thumbs up. Okay, and back in the fundamental position. Yeah, and 10 hip hinges. Good, make sure you're not moving through your knees. Just keep nice and solid through there. You're just hinging through your back. Okay, and then stand on just your right leg. Reach your arms over your head, straight up. You're doing reach over, yeah, front kicks. Great, keep that knee nice and high, and 10 front kicks. Keep those arms as straight as you can. Good, that stance leg should be pretty tired. Good work. Good, and then into the super warrior, hands in the reverse Superman. Keep that neutral spinal position. Try and keep your balance. Great, into the half Superman. Okay, and 10 Supermans. Should be getting very tired through that calf and through that glute. And if you have to touch a foot down to control, no problem. Good work. And into the reverse warrior. Or the reaching warrior, I should say. You should feel this through your hip flexor, a nice stretch in your back leg. This is to give your back a little bit of rest. Stretch some of these. Yeah, and side bend. If you want to increase the stretch, side bend the other way. Should increase the stretch through that area. Yeah, reach this way as far as you can. Okay, this one's the wide stance fundamentals. So widen your feet outside of shoulder width. Good. Bend forward, keep that power position, weight through your heels, gently straighten your knees, although slightly bent, getting that tension through your hamstrings. Okay, put your arms in the reverse Superman. Good, lean forward as far as you can and bum back as far as you can. Good, to the half Superman. And now 10 Supermans. 2, 3, 5. Keep those arms as high as you can. Try and keep them outside your periphery. And then reach and hold. And then bring your arms back to the fundamental position. Put your hands together and your elbows together and try and punch the ceiling, but don't let your elbows come apart. You might not get very far here. Good, you got great shoulder mobility. A little bit lacking, a little bit stiff here. Punch as high as you can. Keep that power position. You guys are doing great. Back should be getting pretty darn tired. Good work. Okay, now reach down with one hand, still keep the same pose. Yep, but don't touch the ground. And then you're doing the rotation, so reach up as high as you can. Perfect, guys, good work. Try and get as vertical as you can. Yeah, you can do 10 each side, or you can do it alternating. Keep that power position, and in your case, you have to come up just a little bit, so bring your body just up a little bit so you can keep that power position. Great. Great job, T. That's awesome. Should still feel tension in your hamstrings. Weight should still be through heels. Should be getting really tired now. Good work. Once you're done 10, put your hands on the ground. Walk yourself forward. This is bend over stretch. Try and keep those knees slightly bent so the stretch focuses more on your back. So hips back as far as you can and hands as far forward as you can. This should feel good. It should feel like it takes the pressure out of your back. Good, and then slowly walk your hands back until they get in between your legs. Okay, and in this position, you're going to do what's called knee straighteners. So straighten your knees as much as you can. You're going to feel tension now in your hamstrings and then let them off. And again, now if this is too easy for you, you can walk your feet together, closer together. If this is too hard for you, you can widen your feet and it will make it a little bit of an easier activity. Do 10 of these. And that shakiness in your hamstrings is totally normal. Good. Now in this position, we're going to go into the modified deadlifts. So come off the floor, immediately into that power position, and then touch the ground. and then back up. And if this is pretty hard for you, widen your feet, make it a little bit easier. If it's really easy, bring your feet together. Yeah, this is really going to make you tired in your lower back. Doing well. Good. And now just drop down into a frog stretch. Feel that back open up. Feel it through the hips. Goal is to try and get your elbows to the ground and try and get your heels to the floor. Okay, and to finish off with, we're just going to do reaching warrior, stretch for the hip flexors. So step forward, both feet facing forward, reach up over your head. Good, reach back as far as you can. Keep your back leg straight. Okay, and lean back as far as you can. If you feel any discomfort in your lower back, just draw your ribs and your belly button together and it will protect the lower back. If you want to increase the stretch, which you've both done, drop your heel, but try and keep your feet perfectly in line with your front foot. So turn them so they're pointing straight forward, straight forward. Good.